there, Strat fans. It's me, Colonelstrat, the strategy extraordinaire here, and today I got a brand new series for you. Call it Doom or Dump. It's an analytics series that's going to be covering Doomstacks and Warhammer games, primarily Warhammer 3, but I could also do Doomstacks and other Total War games, mostly going to be for Warhammer 3. For today's Doomstack video, I'm going to cover the Dwarf Ironbreaker Doomstack, which is one that I run a lot. I will determine if it's a Doomstack or if it's a Dumpstack, just based on several different factors like campaign, what costs it has, how effective it is against other units, how it counters things, what units counter it, and then I'll show you a couple scenarios where it does pretty well, and maybe a scenario too where it doesn't do so hot. I hope you guys enjoy this one and strap yourselves in. Remember, as always, if you like what I do on the channel, make sure to leave a like, comment down below, subscribe to the channel, tap that notification bell so you can get all your Colonelstrat videos whenever they pop up. Strap yourselves in, Strat fans, and let's go into the Doomstack. Alright, to start this analysis, we gotta look at the campaign for the dwarves themselves and when they can actually unlock Ironbreakers. So, if we go to the building browser here, we can see that they unlock Ironbreakers here at tier 4, the second tier up to the ground wheel forge. So the tier 2 armory, which is a tier 4 for the tier 4 buildings, that is when you unlock them. So already they're pretty late game, and then their upkeep is insane. 313 is insane, and they have a pretty high startup cost too, so that is a bit of a drawback for them. However, if we take a glance at their stats here, their armor is 125 with a silver shield, which blocks 55% of incoming projectiles, so that's really good. Their melee defense is 66, which means they're really good at holding a line. Melee attacks 34 decently, weapon strength 32, missile strength, they actually have a missile weapon that does 43 damage as well as explosive damage, which is pretty good. And they also have almost 10k health with 100 entities in each unit, means you can overwhelm with Ironbreakers. So they're very expensive, but they hold the line really well. Now, Ironbreakers by themselves, without any of these field guns or artillery pieces, the artillery pieces do the damage. The Ironbreakers don't. They're going to struggle to get kills off with them, but they definitely won't struggle with taking casualties. They'll be able to outlast a lot of units. Your economy is going to have to be pretty built, and you'll be in the late game. So the two characters that I think are good is Thoric here, because he gives some special abilities to his armies, one of them being Frenzy, which will increase your weapon damage for your Ironbreakers, and the other one would be Thorgrim, Grudgebearer, just because he has some general buffs and he does pretty well with maintaining a line. A melee hero like Grom Brindle or Belagar, those two would also work really well, just because they could be up in the line doing a lot of damage. Thoric here as well with his runes will be really good as well, because he can bolster them up and increase their melee attack and weapon strength and all that, so that's really good as well. He can use his blob tactics. That's pretty much how you cover them on the campaign, so there's a couple cons right there with their cost and their tier, meaning that you'll only get them late game, and they're pretty heavily laden on your economy. A dwarf economy can sustain it because, especially a late game dwarf economy, but you have to already have, achieved that economy. Let's now go into some scenarios against other armies, and I'll show you how this Doomstack fares on the field of battle, where it counts. Alright, we're going up against some orcs right now. Thing is, we're a very defensive faction, so we can afford to stay put and let the orcs really just come to us. So that's the thing. They're going to start pelting us with arrows and all that, but it's not going to be that much. But if they come near us, we can hit them with our explosive charges before they actually do that much damage to us. The key to this Doomstack is to try to get your explosives off. You don't have a lot of ammunition, so you only get 1 or 2 shots of it. So you want to make sure that you can get them all off, and that does a lot of damage to the enemy. This is a pretty high tier orc army. We're going to need to really have a good strategy. We got to try to inch our way close before the enemy can get to us, There they go. There they go. Now they're coming for us. Yeah, they're coming now. Yeah, come on. Get within range. Come on. Get within range. Throw the mines. Throw the blasting charges. Throw them. Yeah. Let's see this. Oh, yeah. Look at that. Look at that destruction. Oh, that's beautiful. That's beautiful, that is. Oh, yeah. Boom. That's almost all the enemy's high tier units done for. Now let's move over here, because we're able to take a lot of damage with our Ironbreakers here. If we're able to get at least one volley off. Yeah, there we go. There we go. That does some damage. Reduce their melee defense. It's always good. Alright, we're doing really well. We're killing them slowly but surely, but we have lost some guys. Oh yeah, there we go. It does really well against melee armies like this. And then, of course, if we can get around to the sides, we can do even better, because then we can lob our blasting charges into the enemy. Yeah, that rogue idol is going to do some damage to us, though. Big monster units, you're not really effective against them, because again, your Ironbreakers are meant to take damage. They're not meant to dish it out, so they're not doing a lot of damage to these single entity units. But the infantry units, they're not doing so hot against them. And already, some of these are already retreating. If we inch the Iron Drakes here up, we can get them there as well. Alright, now the enemy's really losing a lot of guys. I mean, we lost a decent amount so far, still not as much as they have, because our blasting charges, we have a missile weapon, so that's pretty darn effective, I would say, especially against orcs. This is a plus. But again, we do have the drawback of single entities, and missiles are not the best, but that's where you gotta use your leader's abilities and all that to try to increase it, because the single entities do have one big drawback. They have a big hitbox. So if you can surround them, you can do a lot of damage to them, even with a low damage unit like Ironbreakers. So you just got to make sure you surround them so you can do that damage. Look at the Ragnarok. It's taken quite a bit of damage because it's being surrounded. The Black Orcs are doing a decent amount of damage, but again, with the melee defense stat, it's really saving a lot of the Ironbreakers. Let's do a flanking maneuver as well. There we go. There's that taken care of. Slowly but surely get through them. We lost about 300, but they've lost at least double that. Alright, let's get these guys in here. Yeah, surround them. Just surround them and eventually chop away at them. We're just chopping and chopping away. Another big disadvantage is that we're slow. There's a problem with our speed. We're not able to catch fleeing units or missile units because they're able to flee once they get within melee range. They flee. These missile units here, we caught them this time, but usually we won't be able to catch them. That's always a bust. Oh, I think we just eliminated those Black Orcs. Yep, those guys are gone. Yep, and that's the army losses. Enemies retreating. We only lost about 400 guys. We killed over 1,000, I'd say. We just have one more, and that's the rogue idol. So everyone. Dynamite. Oh my lord. Even the flamers are not doing so hot. They're trying to target Thorgrim. Like, come on, man. That's just AI tomfoolery there. Oh my lord. Yes, there we go. And they're crumbling. Oh, very high-powered unit, just crumbling to nothing, right in front of your eyes. Like, look at that. Very high-powered unit, crumbling to nothing. Oh, my lord, this is insane. Yeah, there goes the Plague Bearers. They're taking a lot of heat, a lot of fire damage, explosive damage. We're taking less casualties than we did against the orcs here. Like, come on, these are supposed to be demons, man. They're suffering. Look at them. Those demonettes are banishing. Exalted demonettes are banishing. I think the only ones that are doing good are the exalted, not even the exalted bloodletters. Where are they? Are they gone already? Jeez. These plague bearers are doing okay, probably because of their poison attacks, but they're still, oh my god, they're already dying. They're dying. All right, we gotta get these guys in here. And there goes Daniel. Bye, Daniel. We hardly knew ye. And there goes the plague bearers. You have the blue horrors. With Daniel gone and all the other ones, we've lost 200 guys. We've killed well over 1,000 so far, and they're banishing even more. There's those bloodletters. Are the exalted bloodletters over here? No, the beasts of Nurgle are, and that's what's going to take some time. But there's the morale loss. There's the army loss penalty. Yeah, we could pretty much just mop up these guys. Yep. See what I'm telling you, Strat fans? These guys are really good. This was mostly a tier 3 army. The exalted bloodletters, they didn't last for shit. Even the regular bloodletters are only a few steps down from the exalted. So the exalted, I didn't even see them fight because they just were wiped off the map with 2 or 3 volleys of blasting charges. They have more blasting charges than the miners do, I believe, and their blasting charges do better. So it's really good. So now I'm going to show you one more scenario where it's not very much in our favor because it's going to be heavily ranged focused. They're armor piercing range, so it's going to hurt us a little bit to get to them, but I think we could still pull it off. So let's see what happens. And here we are against the Dark Elves. You all knew it was going to be the Dark Elves. They are a big pain in our Dawi hides because they have a big amount of range damage that just does insane damage to us. Especially with this army, their shades are going to do a whole lot of damage to us once they get into range. That's always the big problem dealing with Dark Elves as dwarves, because we're slow. We're not going to be able to catch their shades. We have to be able to out missile damage their shades with our satchel charges, which thankfully they've upped the ante a little bit as we've gained some experience. It still isn't that great. So here we go, first satchel charge against this War Hydra. That's pretty good, but there's the shades right there. They're going to do some damage against us. But oh my lord, those Cold One Knights just got nuked. They got nuked. We're going to try to nuke the Blackguard and nuke the Dread Spears, nuke the Witch Elves. There, that might work. Oh yeah, there we go. Oh my lord. Okay, let's get those guys. Yeah, nuking them really does help. We've only lost a little bit. You just got to get as many of them over here as you can. Oh, he transformed into Zarkan, I think. Yeah, he transformed into Zarkan. Yeah, that's the thing. We're losing a lot of guys, but they've lost way more than us right now because they don't have the armor to back it up, and our blasting charges do a lot of damage to them, especially the Witch Elves here. Now, if they brought more guard, they would have done better, but they still wouldn't have done that hot because the Blackguard here are doing really bad. You know, the shades are what's going to kill a lot of your Ironbreakers. Like, they're killing us right now here. So whenever you run into an army that's very ranged focused with a lot of heavy anti-armor range, you're going to want to try to hit the ranged forces as soon as possible with your blasting charges, because that's going to cause, you know, the most amount of damage to them, and that's going to cause you to win. So you want to do that as soon as possible. All right, they have their Murderous Mastery now, but I don't know why they've only lost their own units, you know? Let's throw our blasting charges, mates. Let's see how much we do against these shades. Oh my lord! That's half gone. Oh, this is fun. Now I see why people do these Doomstacks. They're fun. They're really fun. Watching the blasting charges just blast them away. Oh my lord. So these guys, we're gonna come and we're gonna hit them with our blasting charges here. Well, the Harganeth Executioners aren't doing too hot against us. They don't have enough melee defense, so we're able to bunch through them and take all their hits. If you have more melee defense than they have melee attack, chances are you're going to outbest them in combat. There's a little bit of word from where there. Wow, we're doing really good. They've lost 1,000, we've lost 200. Again, that's probably because they didn't have an army full of shades, but the AI will rarely ever make an army full of one unit. They'll diversify, because the AI wants to diversify and wants you to diversify your army too. It doesn't account for Doomstack, so that's why Doomstacks often kick the shit out of anything. So that was a decisive victory. Let's see how much we got for that one. Ooh, took 158, almost killed about 1,000. That's good. I thought that War Hydra would do more. I thought it would do more because it's a single entity. I thought the Shades would do more too because armor-piercing missiles, they really didn't do nothing. This is typically what you'll see in an AI army have. Man, that was fun, Strat fans, wasn't it? So that was my first Doomstack, and now seeing this footage, I think we can all agree that the Dwarf Ironbreaker Doomstack is indeed a Doomstack. It is really powerful, especially with the blasting charges. It does suffer a lot from the overpricedness of it and the fact that it's an endgame Doomstack that you can actually get, especially if you can finally get the financial string to field the Doomstack. But with the blasting charges, it is insane, and they can tank pretty much anything because they're dwarves. They won't retreat. They're just top tier, and I would recommend this Doomstack. It is definitely a Doomstack, not a Dumpstack. It is a Doomstack. So I hope you guys enjoyed this one, and remember, as always, to leave a like, maybe comment down below. Comment and tell me what Doomstack you want me to cover in the future. I'm always going forward, and this is going to be a brand new series that's going to be side by side with the tactics. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. Remember to smash that sub button as well. Remember to always keep it strategic, Strat fans. Colonel out.